And what's going on YouTube? Just another gaming channel. Bring you just another video. So I thought I'd do a quick video now. It's not gameplay, but you see a lot of videos on how to become a better player and stuff. And I think they're really good clickbait videos. And some of the tips are valid, some aren't. Some big YouTubers are like the best score streak setup. There isn't one. It depends how good you are as a player. Some talk about the best weapons. There aren't any. Again, it depends what you're comfortable with. But I will show you some class setups that will make you a prepared player, basically, for most circumstances. So let's look at let's look at this Razorback setup, what we've got on at the moment. Now, I don't use the Razorback this much, but I like to have it as a variant, just for something different to use. But what you're looking at now, well, just let me change this, because this is my standard SMG setup. I usually have an SMG with quick draw and grip. Usually because, you can change those perks out, but I like to have as much control over the weapon as possible. That for me, I think I've got gun skill. I've got a 265 KD in TDM after 27,000 kills. And most of my games are a lot higher than that. But you get the odd game that's like, okay, so I have hundreds of, if not thousands of games that are like a 4 KD, a 6, a 15, a 20 KD. I've got like so many of these in my vault. Well, probably not now, but oh yeah, the vault owes 300 videos, so yeah, there's probably loads in there. I was just doing a random YouTube video, and I was doing the CUDA challenge, the 5 attachments plus a site no perks. I went 28 on 1. With no perks. So it's not about that. Getting that type of score, you have to have a natural talent and ability combined with a lot of practice. I've been playing these games since, I don't know, Modern Warfare, World at War. I've played them all, and I've played many hours on them. Having insomnia, you need something to do late at night, so yeah, that's where I get my practice from. But this is my standard setup for an SMG. I always go with grenade with SMG. I always run scavenger because personally I go on a lot of kill streak. I get a lot of kills before I die generally, and running out of ammo. Okay, there's always an option to pick up someone else's gun, but it might have a totally different setup than what I used to, and that can really throw. What attachments you have on a gun can really dictate how it feels. So let's go with scavenger. Plus, I love restocking grenades and trip mines and shit. I always have engineer because I run care packages. Okay. So I like to have the option to change them, and I always run awareness because that's like having awareness is like having a constant UAV on. I think you'd be surprised how many people use trip mines and things, and I don't get hit by them. I don't get hit by hives. I can see score streaks when enemies hover car or CXD or XD or whatever it's called, and any UAV. You play Redwoods and the enemy calls in a UAV or a Wraith. It's impossible to see, innit? It glows up bright red when you've got engineer on. Now, I'm one of the only few people that take a launcher, so whenever an enemy calls in a score streak or a UAV or anything, it's gone within seconds. And sometimes it frustrates me because I'm the only one that does it. I spend half the game taking shit out. But on the other hand, this is a bit of advice to those that don't run them. The amount of times that I've almost had a Wraith and then taken out a counter UAV and got 100 points, and bang, I've got my Wraith. You take out a UAV and a counter, it's a couple hundred points, guys. It's like a kill and a half or 2 kills. On the SMG classes and on assault rifle classes that I don't use sights on, I always run overclock. I had Hive. I had my specialist weapon, which takes a lot longer than an ability to charge. I had that 5 times in one game the other day. I probably averaged between 3. Probably without overclock, I probably get it 3 times in a game. With overclock, it's anywhere between 4 and 5, usually. So that for me is a general setup. Just take note of that because I think that's a brilliant setup. A lot of people don't run launchers, and they're so useful, taking out land-based, air-based score streaks. Now, this is like a general setup. This is my standard setup, yeah. So if you look at my M8 assault rifle class, it's pretty much the same setup. But as I said, I'm using an ELO sight here, so overclock's gone. Now there are other assault rifles like the KM44, where I used to run grip. Again, identical setup, but trip mine. I like to use trip mines on assault rifle classes. I don't know why. It's just because I like to trip mine at a heavy duty area, then move on and keep killing, and then kill someone, resupply, drop another trip mine. It just helps hit those score streaks. Now, with this, for example, I used to use grip, and then I pretty much found out I didn't need it, so I put rapid fire on for a long time. But I think the rapid fire on the KM44 is quite redundant. I think it only increases the speed of this particular gun by 6%, and rapid fire works differently on other guns, and it's a lot better on other weapons. So I've gone with fast mags, which I think is brilliant. Okay, so again, the Man of War, same setup. I'm using a sight, no overclock. The CUDA, this is one of my favourite SMGs. Again, it's identical to the, if you look, it's identical to the Razorback. Yeah, so that's my standard setup. But guys, you need to be prepared for all eventualities. So if you look at this FMG blind cold class, this is basically, you sometimes enemy, I'm either on a really shit team, and I can usually still hold, well, in fact, I always hold my own, but having a good game when you've got a shit team on your side is a lot more difficult, because your team will die that often that you spend most of your time taking out score streaks. And if you've got a couple of players running UAVs and counters, I do spend a lot of time taking stuff out. Now, on the odd occasion, an enemy will get Raps or a Wraith, or, well, Raps in particular. This is really for Raps, but I have this class that I put on, and as soon as I die, I'll have this class boot up if an enemy's got a shitload of heavy armoured score streaks in. I suggest you guys do the same. So this is any weapon you want. I've gone for an assault rifle, in a very workhorse one. We know it's good. I run quick draw. This time I run full metal jacket because I want to do extra damage to those score streaks. Yeah, I still run my launcher, but instead of awareness and all that stuff, I run instead engineer and awareness, I run engineer so I can still. Sorry, I'm running awareness this time. I run awareness so I can still hear the enemies. But this time I'm running cold-blooded and blind eye. Now, cold-blooded protects you against the Raps. They won't target you. Any ground streak, Cerberus, Raps, they can't. If the AI controlled, they won't see you. If the player controlled, you don't have a red thing over you, so you're still pretty camouflaged. And blind eye is the same for Wraith and any of that other shit. And scavengers to keep resupplying this ammo for this weapon, because you don't want to run out of ammo. So basically, guys, I'm saying, look, I have an eventuality class set up for the worst case scenario. So this is what it is. You've got a weapon that does double damage, if not more, to score streaks, so you can take it down a lot faster. You can't get targeted by any streak. Now, running Ghost on this is not really necessary, because you can just take out UAVs with the launcher. So But this is what I'm saying, guys. These little tips here will actually not make you a better player, but you will be a better player in a sense. Your gun skill and your score might not increase, or your score could increase. Imagine getting the amount of times I've had Raps in a game and just getting loads of kills, and the amount of times I've been killed by someone who's had Raps. I've swapped to this and I've just run around quite comfortably, just running past alt Raps, killing alt enemies, like no problem. So guys, you've got to set up classes like this. And one other class that I set up, now this is actually my Nuketown class, because I hate that goddamn map. I think Nuketown is just an absolute flustercluck. It really is, guys. So I run a CUDA, SMG class for a fast-paced, short map. But this time I run quick draw for that, mobility and quick and snap aim. But I run suppressor, because lighting up on that map is the worst thing, because you that little red dot and everyone from everywhere is just targeting you. And I always run Ghost on that class, because because of the campy nature of the houses, the mess that map can be. It's just a real, again, fustercluck, basically. So run Ghost, run a suppressor. So there's 3 basic classes there, guys. You've got your standard class, and I honestly recommend for SMGs where you don't need sights or assault rifles, always run overclock, always run scavenger, engineer, and awareness, guys. I shouldn't be really saying this shit, because not many people run this combination, and it gets me a lot of kills, the fact that you guys don't run engineer. For those that you do run sights on, again, you just remove the overclock. I mean, again, it's totally up to you what you want to use, but I've explained the reasons why these classes I think they're good. And then, of course, you've got your total immunity class. You know, I mean, you could get, if you wanted to get rid of Scavenger and you weren't too worried about these score streaks lasting too long, you could always swap out Scavenger for Ghost. So you're immune to UAVs while they're spamming score streaks, you're running around. You can't get hit by score streaks, they can't see you. You know, that'd be a pretty dangerous class. But again, you're going to run out of ammo because you might want to take down some score streaks with these with this FMG class just to get extra bullets. If that's the case, you might want to put full metal jacket and a suppressor on, you know, just so you're totally invisible. But you know, again, you can see all the classes are pretty much identical. I mean, having overclock really does allow me to get my if I were running an ability, I'd probably get it 7 or 8 times in a match. Running a weapon anywhere between 4 and 6 times, and that's a lot in a map that's just kill based. There's no score addition from like capping points or capping the hard point, capping the flag, any of that. So you got your standard classes. I've got what I like to call my my Nuketown class, and then you've got the, you know, basically I'm immune to all score streak class. With regards to score streaks, while we're making this video, there's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of videos out on what the best score streaks are, and there aren't, guys. I mean, someone might say, oh yeah, run Talon, no, run Wraith, Hater, and Raps. That's great, but if you don't have the gun skill or map knowledge or awareness or map awareness to get to a 10, 11 kill streak to start it off, it's no good for you. I always run UAV and care package because I know for a fact that I'm guaranteed at the very minimum 2 of each of those. And there's a 50-50 chance we engineer that I'm going to get something good in my care package. Now that UAV is good because if my teammates are even semi-decent, they'll get a couple of kills while I've got my UAV up. I will as well, and that's extra assist points. Then you get your care package. You drop your care package, you might get a decent score streak. Then you go on another killing rampage with your weapon and whatever you get from the care package, which leads up to your Wraith. And I tell you, this for me, guys, is a really decent, you know, I mean, I could run Cerberus, which is 2 kills less, but I drop a Cerberus on a map and I only get like 1, maybe 2 kills. I never sit down and run it myself, which is a mistake, but I like my score streaks to work with me. I don't like to be idle. And of course, Raps are amazing, but again, if you've not got, don't listen to these YouTubers that put all these high streaks in, so you got to get Mothership. So 17 kill streak, guys. For those that go 2 and 20, you know, you're not getting UAVs, are you? You know, so try and be smart with your score streaks. But this for me is a system that always works. The UAV score feeds into the care package, and the care package, whatever I get from that, feeds into the Wraith while I'm getting kills as well. So it's not really how to improve at COD. I might call the title that, but it's really how to be prepared for all eventualities in COD. So I think I'll leave it there, guys. It was just, like I said, it was just, sorry I look a bit rough, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sort of semi-woke up. I'd say woke up, but, you know, insomnia, I've not really been to sleep, but I did get in bed. But anyway, so I'll leave it at that, guys. It's just a quick short one. Wow, so redundant. My language is so redundant. Thanks for watching. If you liked any of this or feel like to comment or subscribe, that would be much appreciated. If you don't, I'll kill all your family. Just kidding. And I will see you all next time. So, cheers.